Removing stray hairs is one of those techniques that's pretty simple in Photoshop, but there's a couple things to consider when we're doing it. I'll go ahead and open up kellyeyes.jpg and press Control J on the PC or Command J on the Mac, so we'll work on a duplicated layer. In case the effect is too strong, we can adjust the opacity later. I'm going to zoom in with the zoom tool, make sure scrubby zoom is selected. I can just click and drag in where I want to zoom in. And we'll use for this example the clone stamp tool. And if you alt click for a source area and then click and drag, you'll notice it gets rid of that hair right along the edge there. You usually don't want to remove all of it, but just a couple of the ones here. Problem is we've got this tile border here that if I kept going, it's going to erase the tile, kind of the grout area, right? So then we would have to resample, alt click say right here, and then click and drag. You get right along there, and it keeps going up here. This is because I have aligned checked. Make sure you have align checked, because if I didn't have that checked and I'd let go of the mouse and start clicking dragging over here, instead of being in the same distance and relation, say 400 pixels up and 27 pixels over, whatever it is, it's going to reset back to where I was first sampling. I'd have to resample every time. So with this example, having it unchecked is fine because it keeps sampling from a specific distance above us. All right, something like that. Now right here though, if I click and drag, notice now it's pulled, see that grout there. So I'd have to resample. Alt click, say right here, and then click and drag. I do have to soft edge brush, but once you get into the side here, we could try harder edge brush, bring the hardness up a little bit. If your effect is too strong, you can also adjust the opacity here, and you can also adjust the opacity of the top layer as long as we're working a new layer. So this area over here, for example, let's zoom in there. What we would do is alt click here and click and drag, and you can see the source area where it's pulling from. And so we need to adjust the brush size and get really detailed along there. As long as your source area is along that line, we'd want to make the destination along the line, and it will preview, Photoshop will preview what it'll look like before you click and drag. And there'll be some areas up here we could get rid of the stray hairs as well. So that's a quick and easy way to remove stray hairs in Photoshop.